It's about 1963, and Grand Trunk Western Train 21 comes into Royal Oak, Michigan's station. One of its coaches will be transferred at Durand to Toronto-Chicago Train 17, which by this time may have lost its name, Intercity Limited. There were commuter trains to see in those days, although this train doubled in intercity service and has what looks like a Canadian National Pullman car coming from Chicago. I believe this is from 1962, and the new visual design paint scheme introduced in 1960 by GTW's parent, Canadian National, was coming on the GTW scene, as evidenced by GP9 number 4910. Canadian graphic artist Alan Fleming predicted the scheme would last 50 years. He was more than right. Now, in 2024, it's been in use for 64 years. It's been considered one of the world's best trademark designs. 3 Jeeps bring a freight through Royal Oak headed toward Detroit. There's an Alco switcher in tow on its way back after its regular inspection at the Pontiac Roundhouse. One of the things my teenage friends and I would do in those days was use a quirk in the GTW passenger schedule to ride trains on a Saturday afternoon. We rode something called the Shopper's Special with discounted Saturday fares. Instead of taking a morning train to go shopping, in late afternoon, we would board Train 56 at Royal Oak. We would ride to Brush Street Station in Detroit, or maybe to the engine terminal at Milwaukee Junction. We'd hang out at the depot for a bit, then ride Train 79 back to Royal Oak. Here comes Train 56 one Saturday. I think something unusual happened this day. For one, there's no baggage car for passengers from Chicago. Also, the locomotive is not operating in GTW's traditional long hood forward method. Also, there are a lot of coaches on the train. At any rate, we're on board Train 56 one Saturday, on the way to end of track at Brush Street. Riding the train, we teenagers spoke with middle-aged and older men. They treated us as equals, as we all enjoyed the experience of train riding. In those days, GTW had a lot of sidings serving local industries. That's something only seen these days on short-line railroads in the United States. There was so much local traffic that on the line south of Royal Oak, there were 4 tracks, 2 of them on either side of the main line, to allow switchers to serve industries without interrupting through trains. There were so many sidings that sometimes there was a diamond for sidings to cross each other. But the sidings are gone, including the track to Brush Street. The GTW name is gone, as are the depots, commuter trains, and first-generation diesels. Yet, a half-century after those days, sometimes on a Saturday afternoon, I would think to myself, what a nice day. It sure would be nice to go down to the railroad and ride the Saturday special.